So, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Time of recording. Because I'm not pretty sure I understand what I read. But I'm going to try my best. That's all I can do. All I know is that Deniz Camp pretty much busts out a bunch of bangers. So, I got faith in this. But this first issue, it's kind of hard to get through. My name is Dorian. This is SEO Comics. We are starting our coverage of Absolute Martian Manhunter with number 1. Our story starts off with an explosion. John is flying. There's a coffee cup flying. There's a spoon. There's a tooth. So somebody was like right at the explosion, and they are having a horrible day. Horrible. Because right now they're in pieces. So then we see him kind of right after the explosion. Then we see him kind of when the paramedics got to him. Then we see him once he's in the hospital and he gets patched up. And then we see him in his Martian form, which I'm thinking the way that this book is laid out, that explosion gave him amnesia and he forgot that he was a Martian. Or at least that's the version I'm going with right now. So the doctor's like, considering you were in an explosion, your x-rays look pretty good. Like, you have a little bit of swelling and you probably have a light concussion, but other than that, you're pretty much fine. Like, take 2 weeks off anyway because, again, you were in an explosion. And then he just lights a cigarette in the doctor's office, and the doctor's like, there's no smoking in here. Like, what are you doing? And if you are any kind of a Martian Manhunter fan, then just that thing happening just clarifies that he must have amnesia. Or in the Absolute Universe, Martians aren't scared of fire. So he's like, Doctor, what do you mean there's no smoking in here? Look around. There's smoke everywhere. So then his wife meets him at the hospital and they're walking out and everybody's smoking. Like the nurses are smoking, the patients are smoking, the doctor is smoking. I'm like, damn, this takes place in the 1980s. Like, what in the hell is going on? So it's like, well, come on. You come home, you can see your son, and you can take some time off. He's like, no, unfortunately, they're not giving me a vacation. And she's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you were in an explosion, and they're not giving you no vacation? And he's like, that's the job. And she's like, are you serious? Like, I hate that you was in an explosion, but at least this will give you time to come home and see your family and see your son. Like, we don't ever see each other anymore. Like, I miss you because you're always at work. And he's like, well, I'll go and I'll talk to him and I'll see if they'll give me some vacation. So as soon as he walks in, his boss is like, you're on vacation, effective immediately. Go home and spend some time with your family. And he's like, no, I'd rather be working. I'm okay. They're like, John, you were in an explosion. Like, take some time off. So somehow, some way, he convinces them that, look, he got too much work and if he takes some time off, he'll never get caught up. So he can't afford to take any time off. So his boss is like, well, you're not working the explosion case. Not at all. No, he's going to be working it, the dude that's there and then the dude that's trying to question him. And the boss is like, hey, he was in an explosion. Can you hold your questions for a minute? Like, man, give the man time, even though he doesn't want to give himself any time. And the boss is like, you know what? I can't even afford to give you time off. I was just trying to be nice. But fine, you want to work? Let's work. So while they're talking, as you can see, the room to John looks crazy as hell. So he was told not to work the coffee shop case. So what's he do? He starts working the coffee shop case. He goes to the scene of the crime and he's looking around. And for some reason, he's hearing something in his head talking and he doesn't know why. He also doesn't understand that when he goes to question the bomber's mom, that she doesn't really answer any questions per se, but he also knows that she hates pickles and she will always give the pickles to her son. He also doesn't understand that when he goes to question the bomber's lifelong friend, that he doesn't really answer any questions either, but he also knows that they had like a sexual relationship that neither one of them would talk about or bring up once it happened ever again. He also doesn't understand how when he questioned the next door neighbor that she was completely honest with him, but she was also trying to hide the fact that she smoked weed every day. So as he goes back to the coffee shop, he kind of relives the explosion and he sees all this smoke in the air, but it's not smoke from the explosion. It's just smoke that's always been there. So then he goes home, and his wife's cooking dinner, and she's like, "Oh, you're actually home before 12 o'clock. Well, good. Your son's still up. Why don't you go talk to him?" So he goes to see his son, and his son is making like these models out of clay. And John's like, "Oh, so that's you and your mom?" And he goes, "Where am I at?" And his son points to it, and it looks like a Martian, a one-eyed Martian. So he's laying there, and he just can't sleep. All he can see is the smoke that's in the air. So he gets up, he starts to smoke, and we see his wife is wide awake, and look in her eyes, she's worried as hell about him. So then he tells his wife that he has to go into work early. He tells the job that he's going to be coming into work late. And he goes to like a clinic, like a normal clinic, to get looked at. So then the doctor's like, everything looks normal. Like there's no sign of a concussion or anything like that, or any kind of hemorrhage. Like I ordered up some images, but it's probably the stress. Like, why do they always go straight to stress? Anytime they don't know what's wrong with you, they're like, you're probably distressed. So he goes back to see the bomber's mom, and all of a sudden, like, it's a little bit different this time, because now the smoke is coming out of her ears, and it's all over the place. And this time he inhales it in, and he sees like all of her memories. He sees the bomber's first day at school, when he bought her a bouquet of flowers for her birthday, when she had to tell him that his dad was never coming home, like everything. So he's coughing, and he just rushes out the door and goes outside, and smoke is still everywhere. And as he inhales the smoke in, he's just seeing these different images of different people and the things that they're going through. And he sees everybody smoke. Everybody's the librarian smoke, the social workers smoke, the corporate lawyers smoke, the construction workers smoke, the accountants smoke, the courier smoke. Everybody has smoke, and it's all different. And that's when the comic just made a left turn. And I don't think it was Albuquerque, because I guess he's trying to make his way either back to his car, back to like the Bureau of Investigations, back home. I don't know where he's going. All I know is that he's trying to make it through, and he's having all kinds of issues because his Martian powers are pretty much coming through. And then we get to the bomber, and he relives the whole explosion thing again. Except for this time, he sees something different. He sees him, but he's not him anymore. He's green. And they said if you hold up the picture to a light, you will see a change. This is on my tablet, so I can't do that. But if I could, this is what he'll look like.